Taurus babies, what's happening? Woo! Been a hell of a week, hasn't it? I'm just saying, this is going to be Taurus Weekly Update. We are rolling tomorrow, May 24th through Tuesday, June 1st. And let me just tell you, I didn't tell you last week. I'm going to tell you again this week or this week, however that resonates. Buckle up. Just buckle up. Fuck it. I'm not going to be nice. I'm not going to try and sugarcoat this and say, oh, it's going to be a bumpy ride. Fuck that. Buckle up. We are sitting in the middle of just heavy duty planetary influence. To fuck whatever you got going on in your life. The planets are determined they're going to shake it up if it ain't already shook up. And if it is shook up, it's going to shake it up some more. I'm just saying. We had a full moon, well actually a new moon, I'm sorry, on May 11th. So that is just 2 weeks ago from this coming Tuesday. This coming Tuesday, the 25th, we have a full moon. Who the fuck does this shit? Who plans this shit out? On top of which, the very next day, we have a lunar eclipse. Who the fuck knew? But I ain't done yet. Then, 2 weeks after that, which would put us around the 8th, the 9th of June, we got another fucking new moon and an eclipse. This time it's a solar eclipse. The way I understand and think about eclipses, this one coming this Tuesday is lunar, the moon. And the moon is usually associated with feminine energy. Moon is also associated with secrets and shit. So there may be, for some of you, women or female feminine energy being eclipsed out of your experience. No, I'm not talking about death. I know that's the first thing that comes to everybody's mind. Doggone. But in my experience, those eclipses, solar or lunar, male or female, usually means people. It can be people somewhere in our experience, not necessarily our inner circle, end up moving away, end up getting married, end up getting promoted, even if they stay in the same area, but their job becomes more heavy duty, if you will, and responsibility. So, all the Friday nights hanging out and shit don't happen no more, that kind of stuff. This is, again, feminine energy right on our doorstep here on the 26th. So I will look, not necessarily, as I said, at your close associations, but maybe people you work with, they're getting ready to leave, go to another department, go to another city, another state. They may be getting married, maybe having a baby, something that's going to take them out of your experience as you know it. All of that said, without actually remembering who's doing what, as surely as we did the first part of this year, the first 3 months, I think, of this year with no retrograde planetary activity, by the time you get to July 4th, if you're in the United States, everybody gonna be retrograde. So just buckle up. Just buckle up. This is the universe's way of allowing us to reflect on whatever changes, especially by the time you get to the 1st of July, looking behind you, first 6 months of this year, what changes have you made? What changes did you want to make and didn't make, or made and they didn't go through the way you thought? However that's resonating for you, we are definitely entering a big period of reflection that's probably going to take us right into the fall. So all that shit, heads up and buckle up. Looking at this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, definitely a focus on career and finances as you begin to close out the month for some of you. For others of you, if you've got friendships, situationships, pieces, parts of a relationship that are kind of floating in the ethers, I will look for that to change direction. You'll see hints of that probably starting tomorrow if you haven't already. But definitely by the 29th, which is when Mercury goes retrograde, there's your other kick in the pants as far as planetary energy is concerned. And I think I've said this in a couple readings before this. Anything that was going wrong with any of your relationships, which just fucks my head up. By the time Mercury starts going across the sky backwards, it appears that way, all those issues will just seem to go away. And while we think of Mercury retrograde temporarily doing things, this energy is not temporary. So this is for situations that didn't just crop up here in the last month or two. These are relationships, friendships, situations you've been dealing with for a minute, a year or more. And it's just been one thing after another. Some of you may have already thrown your hands up and said, fuck it, I can't do this shit no more. But even for those of you that have done that, the opportunity to reconnect is going to be strong during the Mercury retrograde. So just be mindful of that. Kiddos, on the 27th and 28th, some of you may have some difficulty trying to find where you're going to put the kids for the summer. I don't know who needs to hear that message. Do your research. If there are places from the past that were open maybe 2 summers ago, but now they're talking about COVID this, COVID that, ask if there are any other resources available. There are things there, but you might have to dig through the rubble to get to the good stuff. So taking time with kids, being patient with their situations, particularly as it relates to summer. Yeah, that's the area you're going to have to just sit down and take a breath and just work through whatever the problems are. Cars and trains. I don't know who this is for. Be careful just traveling. This is not so much, this is a little different than the energy we've been experiencing in the last couple of months. This is not so much the local traffic, watch the fender bender. This is long range shit. If you're driving somewhere that's not a long distance, but a good deal of a distance from where you live, be careful. If you are taking a train somewhere, double check your schedules. Make sure you have your tickets. And be mindful of who you are getting on the train with. That part right there. So, okay, all that yabba labba, I'm done. Get the cards down on the table. There is a lot of anxious and nervous energy here. I woke up in a more stable frame of mind. Right now, I'm shaking like a leaf. So, I don't know who this message is going to be for, but expect some good changes coming up. Ace of Pentacles, Judgment card, Challenge, Queen of Swords. Actually, yeah, Tuesday the 1st. Okay. I've been watching some of the other readings on YouTube, some of the other tarot readers, 8 of Swords, 5 of Swords, 5 of Cups, 7 of Swords, 6 of Cups, 2 of Cups, a lot of toxic energy, a lot of twin flame soulmate energy, a lot of endings, a lot of restarts. We got to put that part out there too. 4 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords has been showing up a lot. We got the 4 of Pentacles, the 5 of Cups, the Justice card in the next 3 days. Hierophant, 9 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, and then the 8 of Wands, the 4 of Swords, and the 5 of Swords. So, yeah. Like I said at the beginning, buckle the fuck up. What the hell? On top of the Ace of Pentacles, the 4 of Pentacles. On top of the Judgment card, the 5 of Swords, what I tell you. And on top of the Queen of Swords, the 2 of Wands. The Justice card is pulling the 7 of Cups. 5 of Cups is pulling the 9 of Swords. The 4 of Pentacles is pulling the 9 of Wands. The Hierophant is pulling the Knight of Pentacles. The 9 of Cups is pulling the Lover's card. 3 of Pentacles is pulling the 5 of Wands. The 8 of Wands is pulling the 7 of Wands. The 4 of Swords is pulling the 9 of Cups. 5 of Swords pulls the World card. A lot of 5s on this damn board. Whew. Just getting that out was effort. Golly. A lot of 5s, which is indicative of all this planetary moving around and shit. This eclipse is going to be emotional. Some part of either the moon, somebody's in Scorpio. Something is in Scorpio. Do your research. I don't remember right off the top of my head, but some of this energy is deep Scorpio energy. So you're going to be in your moods, bully. This is probably a good week to make sure that your horns are sharpened and polished and that your hooves are pretty and polished, but probably not a good week to use. Now you can. I'm going to just throw that shit out there. You can. You want to run through the China shop and just show it out. You can. But whether or not it's going to be lasting results, probably not so much. So you probably do better this week to observe and see where. You might need to run through the China shop and file that information for future use. That part right there. So the big theme here, Taurus, is not going to be a consistent stretch of time of reflection, but definitely moments of reflection. There's a lot of action here, a lot of wands on the board, a lot of movement, a lot of thinking. I don't want to call it overthinking because from your perspective, I don't believe that is what it is. I believe some of this is simply you trying to figure and puzzle some things out. A lot of major energy on the board. Judgment card. Justice card. The Hierophant. Yeah. What's in the little cards? The Lover's card and the little cards and the World card. So a lot of major energy on top and on bottom. Right now, your top end of your overall energy with the Ace of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles on top. Those of you that have been feeling kind of stuck, kind of guarded. There's some adjustment that's needed. That Ace of Pentacles is telling me there's either some adjustment of thought or adjustment of action that's needed. So you can come out of this stagnating, oh my God, everything is not happening for me. That shit right there. Many of you just need to change your thinking and the action will follow. Many of you need to just say, fuck the thinking and just do the action and worry about the thinking part later. There are things that you probably need to capitalize on. So this is where this nervous, anxious energy is coming from. Some of you may not know whether you need to act or think. Follow your intuition. Follow your intuition. It's almost like I want to tell you, you can't really go wrong here. Looking at that Ace of Pentacles, I mean, the fuck? If you land up over here in the rocks, I mean, that's pretty. I'm going to tell you, if you land in the waterfall, what the hell? It's kind of, but the benefit of whatever's going on with you, Taurus, you're not going to understand it just yet. So you're going to feel like, again, that Four of Pentacles, that stagnated, stuck. You're going to feel like, well, I just did all this. Give it a minute. Give it a minute. Just like an old car. You know, wintertime, you think you just going to jump in that sucker and crank it up and roll out. Nope. You need to let it warm up first. Same kind of energy here. You may do some action. Or you may change your thought and go, well, okay, presto bammo, ain't shit changed. Well, give it a second. Give it a second. Promise you by the end of the week, it will be there. The back end of your overall energy, this shit that's down in your gut. Many of you are at a point where you need to make a decision. Some of you may be in a place of mind right now where you've really changed your outlook on certain things. For some of you, this could be love. For others of you, this could be family situations. For a handful of you, it might even be the thought of having a baby. And some of y'all might be for or against, whereas before now you were in the opposite energy. So again, this is reflective energy. There is action required. There is change of thought that's required. But ultimately, there's decisions that need to be made, even despite the Mercury retrograde. Let me throw that out there, because some of y'all might like, I ain't making no decision while Mercury walking across the state. Yeah, you know what? You probably need to, especially for older situations. Whether you make a decision to stay, Whether you make a decision to recommit, or whether you're making a decision to say, fuck it, I'm out. You need to just make that decision. Whatever it is, you need to just make it, adopt whatever alternate point of view that you need to adopt, deal with that acceptance of the situation being as it is, and keep moving. Keep moving to come out of this dark night of the soul type fake ass activity. It's a fucking decision. Make it. Yes, for some of you, I hear all the squabbling. It's gonna hurt. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Yeah, the universe don't close doors like that without opening other stuff. So if this is a situation, say for example, that's work related, and you just been grinding and you just like no hope in sight, you've been puttering around a decision to either deal with it as it is or let it go. This is the time to make that decision and then roll with the decision that you make. Again, got that energy coming up off of here. Wherever you land is not going to be bad. Whether you decide to stay or go, love or work, whatever it is, wherever you land, it's not going to be, hell on earth. It is not. Remember, despite all this other bullshit happening, we still have Uranus in Taurus. So, changes are welcome right now. Even in the midst of all this little petty ass shit going on with the moon, the sun, and the stars and shit. And changes, however you make them, and whatever you make them about, you still ain't gonna land in no bad place. The point is you need to make the decision so you can see what changes you may need to make, or hell, if there are any, how you need to adjust, if any is needed. Your overall, or your challenge for the next week or so is to keep your wits about you and not fall into some funky ass depression, but I can't do it. Yes, you can. The queen tells me that you can. This bitch here is the very bitch that I be talking about. Right, your name in the upper left hand corner and the date in the upper right hand. That bitch right there, that's her. That's her, different version, but that's her. But in this instance, many of you may just be feeling the pinch of money or some kind of lack. Don't let that disturb and disrupt what you got going on. Just don't do it. You just don't do it. This is the easy way out here. That depression and worrying about shit, not just money issues. I know it says that there, but it could be anything. And just, crying in your coffee every morning, bullshit. Keep your shit intact. Make the decisions that you need to make and don't get caught up in no bullshit. That's that queen energy right there. Despite whatever the fuck, keep it moving. Keep it moving. And that is very much the energy that I feel. We cannot get stuck on any little thing. We're going to have to kind of go with the flow with some things, but don't get stuck on stupid. Looking at the Seven of Cups on top of the Justice, some of you may be obsessing. You may be obsessing on something and it's kind of throwing you out of balance. Not the Judgment. Judgment is up there. This is the Justice. If it has something to do with karma or someone else, just let it happen. The universe don't need your help, Taurus. I know you want to be all that in six-pack, but the obsession part. And this is also about options. So you may be obsessing on A, too many options, B, not enough options, or C, like what the fuck options. Don't get caught up. Don't lose balance. Justice card, that's major energy, the Justice card with the Judgment card, and I'm just looking at where the cards are falling. Keep your balance. Once again, the Dominion up here on top of the Queen of Swords. All the shit going on in the background. Don't let this shit make you lose your place in line. That part. And don't let it shake you Because this is a lot of weird, quirky ass energy we're getting ready to fall into. So don't let the storm shake you. You know, don't have all the windows and doors open and shit because you don't know what the fuck is going on. Treat it as such. If it's a storm, close your windows, close your doors, and don't get caught up on any one particular thing. And I almost want to tell you, if, for example, you're trying to make a choice between someone or something, if first choice is not ticking off all the right boxes. Now hear what I'm saying to you. I didn't say all the boxes, but all the right boxes. What those right boxes are, only you know. But if the first choice is not ticking off all the right boxes, move to the second one. That doesn't mean you have to say bye-bye to the first choice. Come on now. But move on. Don't lose your balance. Don't get out of balance. And in that, just kind of treat things with kid gloves, that compassion part. And don't, once again, feel like you need to run through the china shop. That's tomorrow's energy, but it could be any day this damn week. How about that? Looking at Tuesday with the 5 of Cups and the 9 of Swords on top. Yeah, there's change. And once again, that obsessive note with the 9 of Swords is that energy is there. Loss is not the 5 of Cups. Well, y'all know what the 5 of Cups stands for. You know, what? But you still got them two standing in the back. I'm going to refer back to the 7 of Cups over here. If that first option ain't kicking it, you ain't got to kick it out the door. Just move on to the next option and see what that's about. There may be one situation some of you are obsessing over. That, whatever that is, that situation is going through a transformation. It's going through a change. Change. I wrote it on there. Change. It's going through a change. Some things are going to have to be knocked over in order for the two to remain. Now, that sounds crazy, but that's exactly what that energy is saying to me. The catch here is not to get all caught up in your head. Once again, as you go through this week, through this energy, and you make decisions, even though this is a lot of turnaround, back and forth, retrograde energy, make a decision and stick with it. If you're going to get on the ride, you know, once you get to the top of the damn roller coaster, there ain't no talking about I'm ready to get off right now. No, you're going to go ahead and take the plunge to the first dip. So it's the same thing here. Make a decision and stick with it. Don't get obsessive. There's the catch. If it's a situation that's been long running, been a lot of back and forth and all that bullshit, make that decision and stick with it. And then take your hands, stick them up in the air and yell as loud as you can, like you would on a roller coaster, and just let it happen. Things are not going to be what they appear for some of you. And if you're really following your intuition, decisions you make right now may seem fucked up, but when you get to the other side of all this energy, you be like, damn, I made a good decision for a change. Yeah, that part right there. So, like I said, make the decision, whatever it is, follow your intuition. This is very heavy in Tuesday's energy. Tuesday brings up the full moon. So a lot of situations might come to a head wherever they are, whatever status they happen to be in. Tuesday might be the day that a lot of shit comes to a head. Many of you, like I said, are in situations that are actually going through a transformation. So follow your intuition. Do your thing. Looking at Wednesday with the 9 of Wands on top of the 4 of Pentacles. Looking at things that deal with the stability. Some of you are guarded in regards to your money and your possessions right now. And you may be encountering some difficult shit, trying to get bills paid for some of you. Just trying to make good decisions so you have good action, especially about your finances. The thing here is you want to deal with things that are going to provide you the stability and the security that you need. Not necessarily the thing that's going to put you at the head of the list. So watch your money. Watch what you're doing with the foundational things that help you be where you are. Where you at. Your job, don't do no stupid shit on your job. You want to cuss a little girl out in the corner, she's getting on your damn nerves, all them damn questions, save it for another time. And that's, for many of you, that's going to be the difficulty that you're going to need to overcome. How you are dealing with how other people are getting on your damn nerves, especially at work. I would just guard your pentacles. Don't let nobody fuck with your money like that. Do what you need to do. Overcome any difficulty that you need to and keep it moving. Greediness is on this card, and I feel like some of you may be in situations that are not about the right thing and not anything that you're doing, Taurus. But you may be in situations where the people that are in charge are greedy, and you may not know that they're being this way, but yeah. And so some of what you're doing is affecting that. Some of you may get a chance to get some insight. Again, this is a lunar eclipse, so things that have been going on in the dark most certainly going to come to light. Be on the lookout for greedy people and being associated with said greedy people. That part right there. We get to Thursday's energy, the Hierophant with the Knight of Pentacles. Commitment is coming, Taurus. It's coming, and it's coming from the least likely fucking place. The problem is dealing with the Knight of Pentacles. And that fucker is slow. In the dark. Come on. This is going to... There's some energy this week that's going to allow you to look at what you're asking for, what you're trying to manifest. This energy has been popping up, off, and on for the past 5 or 6 weeks. I think this is going to probably be the last time that I say it. For a couple readings anyway. That's slow moving energy. This is definitely those of you that have got love and romance on the brain. It's coming. Do not make this shit make you feel insecure. That part. It's coming. Opportunities are probably all up in your face. But it's moving so slow, you can't see it. Go sit down, Taurus. Go sit down. Once again, don't let nothing put you in no Queen of Swords kind of funk. And keep the house intact. It's coming. You ain't got to burn it down just to see it coming. Hold on. We get to Friday's energy. The Lover's card on top of the 9 of Cups. For some of you, I have to take the very literal meaning of that Lover's card and the 9 of Cups. It's the end of a relationship, or more probably to the point, it's the end of the way a relationship has been going. This is the back side of the Lover's card. So it's not termination. It's not get your scissors and super glue termination energy. It is the termination of some aspect. It's just all on the look back. This is Friday the 28th, right at Mercury retrograde. Yeah, the end of some kind of stop and go energy, I want to say. Might be dealing with a fire sign. Looking at all that red, the blue, maybe a water or earth sign. At any rate, it's major energy on that look back shit. Look at everything for what it is and let go of the illusion. Are you sure this is what you really want to do? One more time. Might be the last time. Are you sure this is where you really, the road you really want to go down? And because I'm saying it like that doesn't mean that what you want to do is the wrong way or a bad way. Just know that. All I'm asking you is, are you sure? You know, you got that size 8 jeans and you standing in line and you know good and well you need a 12. I'm going to try and get it all in there anyway. I'm just saying. Work it out. Let go of the illusion. Whatever illusion that you think, and then we're going to be happily ever after. Probably not. The ever after part, maybe, but the happily part, probably not. Probably going to be some struggle. Probably going to be some upheaval at some point. Just know that. For others of you, with that change of perspective up here, that Five of Swords, that alternate point of view, you may get your dream come true. This depends on what your situation is, where you are in any particular relationship. Just depends. It just depends. Ultimately, though, don't forget, it's because I haven't said it, you the boss. So whatever decisions get made right now by you, Taurus, that's what the fuck is happening. Don't be trying to offer some shit up. Oh, well, you can make, no, you can't make the decision. Taurus, this is your shit. Make the damn decisions that you need to make. If you want to go backwards into a relationship to explore whatever you didn't get the first time, you didn't get the naysayers and the haters out your head. Go do you. Because you're not going to be happy until you do you. Saying. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. This is Saturday's energy. Three of Pentacles with the Five of Wands on top. Somebody's coming at you with a whole bunch of ooh, baby, baby, ooh, baby, baby. You're going to be passed with, this is Saturday's energy. So this is what I was saying to you and have been saying to you. Those situations that have been back and forth and up and down, you get ready to get the reward on that shit. And somebody is coming at you with, I'm so sorry, I love you so much, don't leave me. I'll just throw it out there. It's not you with the outpouring, because you've been steady the whole time. You have been steady the whole time. So this is not you coming with the outpouring. You've already poured out all you could pour out. Get your gift baskets ready to have gifts in them. There you go. That part right there. Looking at Sunday, the 8 of Wands, the 7 of Wands, there's a progression that will be happening as we get further into this retro screwed up energy. Stay in the moment, Taurus. Activity, action. Stay in the moment. And know that everything that you got your focus on. You know, see all them buds on them little wands there? Don't be throwing shit out. That's people too. I know Taurus. Y'all done with somebody. It's over. Don't be throwing shit out. Because everything has got some potential somewhere in your experience. Here's the Uranus part in all of this. These are probably issues and situations you haven't had to deal with before. Or you may have situations and problems you haven't had to deal with before. Sometimes the universe will give you the answer to a problem you haven't even encountered yet. But if you're busy throwing shit away, oh, it's just all raggedy wine, I'm just going to throw it out. Them little buds, they don't mean shit. Okay, all right now. Don't be trying to cut everybody off just because you don't see the need for them right in this moment. And I got in the moment on there on the side, I'm pretty sure I do. Enjoy the moment. Yeah, in the moment. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. For many of you, this is a signal. You may be dealing with relationship issues and you've got some options, and your thing may be to just hone in on, maybe this is how you've treated things in the past, to just hone in on the person that you want. This is telling you to hold on to all of it. Hold on to all of it. You don't know. Doesn't mean situation won't change, can't change in the future. Hold on to it. Not just the one you got your focus on. All the rest of them too. That part. We get to Monday's energy with the 4 of Swords and the 9 of Cups. Some of you may feel like, again, these 9s and these 5s, these are just changes you're going to have to deal with. And for some, you may need to just take a step back. The 4 of Swords, you may need to just take a step back before you start trying to figure out how you're going to consolidate your emotions or consolidate how you feel for somebody. You know, what bucket or basket they're going to put you in. And that brings me right back to this. Throwing all of it away. Throw all of it away. Take a step back and look at what you're dealing with. Just look at what you're dealing with. And then figure it out. Follow that intuition. That's all that purple is telling me back there. Follow your intuition. And figure out what needs to go in what cup. We get to next Tuesday's energy. The Five of Swords with the World card. Obviously, the World card is what it is. The only thing that you will be certain of is that you have entered a new chapter at that point. You might have finished up a mini chapter and now you're ready to step off into the big, long, doo-doo long chapter, 552 pages. It's got that heavy energy to it. Do not fall into the thing of trying to please people. As you enter this new cycle, this is also about people pleasing. As you move into this new cycle, this is all about you, baby. What do you want? It's not what somebody else wants. Now, we bring you back here about throwing shit away. One of these wands may be like, well, I want this. And I want this in a relationship. I want this and I want... Don't throw them away. Cut them out just yet. But keep the focus on you. This may also require you to draw on wisdom. This card always knocks of knowledge to me. So you may have to dig back through the recesses and see this in this energy, because again, next Saturday starts Mercury retrograde, really should be looking like that, right? That's what I tell you. New chapter, all up in the middle of a Mercury retrograde. So for some of you, this is going to be about reconnecting with the old, no matter how long you've been in separation, a week, 10 days, 10 years, and a fresh start on that note. There may be things you think are happening with your person, and you turn around and find out what you thought was going on ain't even happening. Trips get canceled, plans get changed, all that bullshit. So you may get a surprise here, either over the weekend or into the beginning of next week, not this one. Keep your eyes open. Go with the flow. It's choppy energy. You're going to be up 1 minute and down in the fucking dumps the next. Don't stay in the dumps, please. Thank you. Keep your shit together. Because you've been up all night crying and shit does not allow you to walk out the house looking crazy. I'm just saying. There's no reason for you to be up crying all night, but okay. There's a lot of good shit in here, Taurus. But you got to just be ready to accept how it's coming and where it's coming from. Just saying. Ooh, these cards are trying to jump out. Hold up. Okay, just because they said it doesn't make it true. Good grief. I had to stand here for 10 minutes to have cards jumping out like this. Hold on. Guidance for Taurus, please, universe. Give me some guidance for Taurus. The grandmama cards. The granny cards. Talk to me, baby. And now that I want cards, y'all trying to be on your better behavior. Whatever. Take that one. Take those two. Just because they said it doesn't make it true. Let them know. Speak your mind. Is it worth it? Own that shit. Make that decision. Whatever it is. And get in it. Stay with it. Fuck it. Just saying. This is no reason for you, just because I told you you couldn't run through the china shop does not mean you should not speak your mind. Always stand up in your truth and always stand up for yourself. Let them know. Somebody needs to know how you feel about a situation. So figure that part out. But let folks know where you are, because some of the holdup might be because they don't know where Taurus is, because we've been too busy with some other shit. Let them know. And then for some of you that need to hear this, is it worth it? And this run, I hear all kind of shit behind this. Is it worth it to argue? Is it worth it to go back? Is it worth it to stay? Is it worth it to move forward? Is it worth it? Going to be an individual answer for each of you, but definitely a question you should be asking often and frequently. My bull babies, hashtag bull gang, I love you. I hope y'all have a wonderful week as much as you can. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.